Funny you should say that. I just had to curse out a Trimet driver. I'm sitting at a bus stop, and I look over and I see boots with a big tarp over the person. Just the boots sticking out. It's rather cold today, and this person is on the sidewalk with no cardboard under them. They weren't moving at all. I started saying, "Hey bro, you alive? Are you alive?" He was alive. Thank God. Barely. He's got a hospital bracelet on. He's shivering. He can't stop. He's got wounds on his body that are looking infected. He doesn't even have the energy to sit up. He's shivering and moaning in pain. Nobody around is doing anything. I talked to him and I asked him his name. I told him mine. He told me his name is TJ and he is not from here. He said that he was at the hospital because he tried to sit on train tracks. They just released him from the hospital and did not help him. This is what I've heard from every outreach person in a hospital bracelet that I have ever met. I've also been the person who they refused to help and just released me, even though I have a medical issue ongoing. And the only reason the hospital released me was because I was homeless and they thought I just wanted a place to be. This guy told me that he has manic depression. So he is probably experiencing that medical issue, whether he's homeless or not, and he needs medical attention. And people who have houses get medical attention for their suicidalness all the time, but they don't give it to us, do they? This guy, I think he was septic. He could not move at all. He was very cold. I start talking to people I see walking by on the sidewalk, and I ask them if they have a blanket. And about the fifth person I asked had a blanket and brought it out to him. Turns out that guy's been there for 3 straight days. Everyone in the apartment complex above it who has been outside knows about it. And the bus driver, when I got on the bus, knows about it. It's at 44th and Broadway, and it's the 77 route. I get the guy who gave him a blanket. He agrees to call him an ambulance and make sure that they take him. I try to tell the bus driver, hey, if you see this guy still here later, it means that he didn't get the ambulance he was supposed to be getting. Before I can even say that, the bus driver goes, oh, I know he's been there for days. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying.
Oh, I know he's been there for days. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying. Trimet knew that this man was on their property dying.